Hello and welcome everyone. My name's Troy. I like to read, and welcome to another new Comic Book Day vlog on the Feet Lovers Pizza channel. Admittedly, it's a pretty small week for the pulls. I only have 2 pulls this week, but that's okay. When we get to the store, maybe if I have some time, we'll go hunting for some back issues, see if we find anything cool, and we'll take it home, you know? I forgot to record this section in the intro last week, but that is a mistake. I will not make again. The song of the week this week is Option by Romulus featuring Two Hollis. I know that a lot of people are not big Two Hollis fans, and there's a lot of like memes about them, but you guys gotta trust me, the song is really good. You should check it out if you have the opportunity. Before we head out to get the books for this week, I want to sit down and share my thoughts from the books we pulled last week. I believe I had 4 pulls, and I want to share my thoughts with you guys. So, let's roll the clip. First book we're talking about from last week, Absolute Superman, number 15. Initial thoughts, really good issue. I know this issue was like gonna be make or break for a lot of people when it comes to this book. And honestly, it seems like a good like fresh start for Kal-El in this world. Obviously, the story starts here. It was really good. I like the idea of Kal not really knowing how to balance being Superman. Like he's still getting used to like living on Earth and all that stuff. And it's nice to see him dealing with like the pressures of that on him, especially when he's still so young and dealing with all this shit. I like seeing Lois. I like seeing Lana. It was cool seeing them pop up. I hope they keep showing up. Juan Ferreira, really good artist, man. Like I agree with what a lot of people are saying. Like I do think he should become the main artist for the book. I miss seeing his art with Jason Aaron's writing. And it was really good here, and very good cliffhanger. Very excited for the next issue. Next up, we got the Absolute Batman Arkham Special. I'll say it again, another really good issue. This goes into the history of the Arkham Asylum in the Absolute Gotham, and basically it's just used to highlight like how like really evil the Joker is in this universe, and I think it did a really good job. One thing I really like about Scott Snyder's writing is he's able to like take concepts from like the Batman mythos and really like elevate them in ways people haven't seen before. I'll be honest, I haven't read that many Batman comics, but every time I've read one by him, it's like shocking how well he's able to take that concept and push it in a new direction. And he did the same thing with like the Court of the Owl saga back in his mainline Batman run, and he's doing it right now again with Absolute Batman. It's really cool. It was cool seeing Absolute Deathstroke at the end. You know, hopefully we see more from him. I'm excited. Keeping up with the bad books, we got Night Fight number 3. A solid issue. This one mostly focused on Mr. Tim Drake, who is admittedly my least favorite Robin, but you know, a good thing about this series is how much it's highlighting like each strength the Robins have, at least when it comes to Dick, like the main 4. No offense to Steph, but this issue was good for Tim. It shows him like in like a detective scenario. It honestly reminded me of the board game Clue. I thought it was like, did they just drop fucking Tim Drake in a Clue? I thought it was silly, but it was good. It was good. It deals with him like dealing with obviously the death of Bruce, how it affected him as Batman. And you know, despite me not loving Tim Drake, I'm from what I've read from Night Fight and the new Matt Fraction run, he's starting to warm up on me a little bit. You know, I want to read more from him. I know he has a really long Robin series, so hopefully I can get to read that soon. But Night Fight's really good. Good cliffhanger with Damian at the end. I'm excited for the 4th and final issue. And finally, speaking of the Matt Fraction run, we have Batman number 5. Really good, really comically good. Like I would say this is probably my favorite issue of the series so far. You got Bruce and Annika, date night. The Ojo did strike. A big highlight of this book is George Jimenez's art. I've never read a book with him on the art before, but he's really good. Like I've seen a lot of people compare him like Dan Mora. Obviously they're like DC's biggest 2 artists, and he like, since Dan Moore's on the Superman book and Jimenez is on like the Batman book, obviously, they are kind of like, in terms of art, Batman and Superman. Like, that's how I see it. Like, they're DC's biggest two, you know. But this was really good. It was nice seeing Bruce be charming and not emo and depressing for once. And Annika was awesome. You know, as I was reading this, I was like, who does this Bruce Wayne guy think he is? He cannot handle all that. But then I remember he is the Batman, so maybe he can. But it was really good, and I'm excited for this run. This run is one of my favorites I'm playing right now. That's all I got in terms of last week's book. Now it's time to get the new ones. So I'll see you guys in the car. Hello everyone, welcome to the car. Let's talk about the books from this week. We only have 2 pulls today, that being DCKO number 3, I think, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 14. Starting off with DCKO, I'm excited for this book. You know, it's definitely the book of the week for a lot of people. The last issue was really good. It focused on all the characters still left in the tournament had to like find an item. It was like a scavenger hunt. Whoever had the item by the timer ended, they moved on to the next round. And then following that was all the Fight Month one-shots they released. All of those were pretty good. I didn't love the Lobo and Wonder Woman one, but the rest of them were fine. This week, I think it's a tag team match, and the contestants who are still left are able to resurrect some heroes that have fallen earlier in the tournament. It seems cool. I'm excited. Apparently, Lex Luthor chose Supergirl to bring back. I wonder why, because his whole gimmick is he hates the dirty aliens. So I'm like, why would you choose like your number 1 ops cousin to be your partner? But we'll see. But they did hide who Joker decided to bring back. And I have an inkling it's going to be Batman. But I feel like that would ruin some of the stuff going on with Night Fight, so I don't know how that would go. Maybe it'll be someone else. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm excited. This event has been pretty good so far. As a Superman fan, this whole event's basically been Superman glaze. And I'm not complaining. They announced like they're doing a whole Superboy like initiative when this event's done, because apparently Clark's going missing. I think that just fucking means he's winning the tournament and he's gonna become King Omega. But I'm still holding out for Zatanna. I still think she's gonna take it all. It might be Copium, but I like Zatanna and I think she'll win. But moving on to Ninja Turtles. You know, when this run first started and it had Jason Aaron and Juan Ferrer on the book, it was like really good. It's the first like Ninja Turtles book I've read besides like the last round and stuff. But in terms of like the mainline book, the first 12 issues were good with Mr. Jason Aaron. But then out of nowhere they announced like, oh, new creative team, new writer, new artist. And I was like, okay, sure. The new writer is Genuine Liang, I don't know. He wrote Superman Smash the Clan, which I've heard is a great book. I have yet to read it, but I don't know. I'm not obsessed with like the new direction the Turtles are taking. Like, it feels so like tonally different from what Jason Aaron had going on. And at the end of Jason Aaron's run, it was revealed that Splinter came back to life. I'm not a big fan of that choice. You know, I know it's like this is comic books and no one ever really dies, but like I think in most media, at least Ninja Turtle media, it's always the 4 turtles and their father Splinter. I think it's a unique thing to kill off their father and allow them to deal with that, because that's something we haven't really seen before. And when you bring it back, it kind of undermines the whole thing. But you know, he's been reintroduced as this new villain that the Turtles have to face, and they don't know it's him yet. But I think either in this issue or the next issue it's going to be revealed. I don't know. I've been considering dropping the book, but I don't hate it yet. I'll give it this issue. I'll give it this issue, maybe the next one, maybe the first 6 issues of the new guys run, and we'll see how I feel. But you know, we'll see. But that's all I got. I'll see you guys at the shop.
Hello everyone, today we are at the Comic Collection in Bensalem, Pennsylvania. If you ever stop by, if you're ever in the area, come by and say hi to Dave. He's a nice guy. But yeah, let's get into the comic books for this week. Starting off with Action Comics. I don't pull this series, but there is an Elizabeth Torque cover. You guys should know this about me. I love Elizabeth Torque. She is my favorite variant artist, and I have a billion of her covers. I didn't pick this one up today, but it's always nice to see one, you know? Moving on, we got some Aquaman, blah, blah, blah. Avengers. I think this is issue 800. I didn't pick it up. I don't care for the Avengers, like, at all. I don't think the main Marvel teams, they're, like, the most boring one. I've never really cared for them. Batman and Robin by Philip Kennedy Johnson. I've heard good things. I'll probably read it somewhere down the line. Moving on, we got Black Cat. I don't care for this character at all, but I will admit those are some nice covers. Now we have the Doctor Doom stuff that Marvel's pushing for Doomsday. Dude, I couldn't care less about anything that movie has going on. I cannot believe it's like infiltrating books like this. Moving on to a way more interesting event going on. Shout out to DCKO, we got a beautiful Dan Mora cover. Some more, Ella Zatanna. D-Dubs cover once again, what's up? Geiger. I've heard a lot of good things about the Ghost Machine verse, including Geiger. Moving on to G.I. Joe. I know it takes place in the same world as Transformers, but I've never really cared for it. But I've heard they're doing a crossover with the Transformers book soon, so hopefully that'll be cool. We got some even more Luna Snow propaganda. We saw some last week. I guess we're seeing some more this week. If I have to be honest, one thing I'll give Rivals, they have a really nice art style. I think that cover's really cool.
I was never book smart, I'm money smart. Makes me more intelligent.
Down here we have the new issue of Transformers. This run has been really good so far. Like I was scared it was gonna deteriorate in quality, like now that we have a new writer, but it's been hella good. Everyone should jump on Transformers right now. Next thing I want to talk about is the side book that came out today. I've had my eye on it for a while, but I'm not sure if I want to pick it up. I've heard Peach Momoko's a good writer, and I like her work on Ultimate X-Men, so maybe I'll just read some online and see how I feel about it. Now we have Null, the industry plant character. Like, Marvel wonders why people think they only produce slot books, but then they're pushing shit like Null. It's so annoying. Speaking of slot books, we have Uncanny X-Men. I was a big fan of this at one point, but then it became mid as hell, so I dropped it. I had some extra time today, so I decided to look through the back issues to see if I can find anything cool. And I decided to look through the old Robin run, because with these old, like, 90s and 2000 comics, you never know what kind of random covers you'll find. And one thing I like about this run, despite it being about Tim Drake, is it does have some really nice covers. So I decided to look through it. Like, see, it's a spoiler warning. Get it, guys? Because it's a face reveal. Her name's the spoiler. But yeah, as I said earlier, like, look at this. Pretty cool cover, in my opinion. One thing they give Tim Drake is some good covers. This is when Steph was Robin for a little bit. You know, she's pretty cool. Another pretty cool one with an appearance from Miss Cassandra Cain. What's up? And then I came across this one, and I was like, this is sick, you know? You don't really see, like, covers drawn like that, so I decided to pick it up and take it on with me today. After that, I decided to look through some of the Batgirl issues because I really, really want to read this run, but it's damn near impossible to find the trade paperbacks for, so I just like looking through the issues sometimes. And then I came across this issue, and my first thought was like, what did we do to get into the situation? Why does Dick have a gun to his sister's head? The Bat family's whole thing is no guns. What did she do to deserve that? And after that, I have been in the market for a new short box recently, so I decided to look through and see what they've had. But my problem with these short boxes is only Marvel makes them, right? I more lean towards DC. I read more DC books, but only Marvel makes short boxes. And like 90% of the short boxes they make are for like the most stupid books ever. I'm sorry, but like, who wakes up one day and they're like, oh yeah, I'm so excited for the new Venom 250. I have to get the Spider-Man short box or the Age of Revolution one. Like, it's just silly. Like, people watching this Spider-Man show are not coming to the comic book store to buy these short boxes. I think it's really dumb. But yeah, that's all I did today at the comic book shop. Let's go back to the house. Let's go over what we bought.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my house. Let's go over the books we got this week. Starting off with DCKO number 3, beautiful Daniel Warren Johnson variant. From last video, you guys know Daniel Warren Johnson is one of my favorite artists. I've been collecting all of his variants for DCKO so far. I'm excited to get the next 2. Next up, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue 14. I said it before in the video, I'm a little iffy on this run now, but we'll see how it goes. I just got the cover 8 today. And while I was hunting for some back issues, we got Robin, issue 134. Simply because I like the cover, and I like Robin, I think he's cool. But yeah, that's all we got today. I know the pulls were a little shallow this week. We'll definitely have some more next week. So that's all I got. Stay safe, be kind, read more comics, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Okay.